Hey guys, did you know that we have channel memberships now? If you'd like to help support this channel, get some exclusive Kawabana emotes to use in the comments, as well as an exclusive badge by your name, click that join button now to find out more. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys. Imagine you're on your way home from school. You're walking the same path you always take, when suddenly you notice a bag lying near some bamboo. Now imagine there's also a strange smell in the area. What would you do? Would you go over and open the bag? Would you pretend you never saw it and leave it for someone else to deal with? Or would you alert the police? This was a dilemma several junior high students from Tochigi faced, and the end result wasn't pretty. On April 21st, 1996, 5 junior high students on their way home from club activities stumbled across a suspicious-looking futon bag in the bamboo grove they always passed through on their way home. This grove was roughly 850 meters from Tatara Station in the Haga district of Tochigi Prefecture. There was a strange smell coming from the bag, and, intrigued, one of the students decided to go over and, as you do, poke it with a stick. As they did, a hand tumbled out, like something straight out of a horror movie. The students quickly alerted the police, and as suspected, they discovered the corpse of an unknown man inside. It was thought the body had been inside the bag for more than a month by the time the students found it. No external wounds were discovered, and the cause of death was also unknown, but they found bruising on the victim's hips, and his front teeth were also broken. His clothing was also a mess. Police quickly set about trying to identify the mysterious abandoned corpse, and discovered that the futon bag had actually been there since the end of March, meaning the body had been lying there for close to a month before the junior high students finally spotted it. Although, spotted may not be the best word to use, as it was mostly the smell that made them notice it. Either way, the deceased was a man thought to be in his 40s or 50s, around 182 centimeters tall, and roughly 58 kilos in weight. He had O-type blood and was wearing a navy blue double blazer with bronze buttons, a grey business shirt, green patterned tie, and grey pants. He was also wearing expensive brand underwear, but didn't have any shoes on. His hair was about 15 centimeters long, and while his front teeth were broken, it was discovered that the rest of his teeth were full of cavities as well. While the police were unable to discover his identity, they found a tag with the words Yamamoto written in kanji on the left side and Tonari written in Japanese katakana characters on the top. According to the investigators, even though there was a swamp nearby perfect for dumping a body, the futon bag was abandoned in an easy-to-find bamboo grove instead. This led them to believe that the perpetrator was unfamiliar with the area. They visited some nearby cleaners, hoping to shed some light on the tags found inside the clothing, but nothing of note came up. One potential witness claimed, "I heard the sounds of fighting and screaming, and then glass breaking. I saw someone suspicious with blood on his hands and clothes and face. I heard the sound of a car taking off suddenly, and then braking. There was a car parked outside in a spot that normally no one parks in. That person was probably the one in the wanted poster, with the blazer and necktie." Yet, investigations quickly stalled. There was little evidence to work with, and although people claimed to have heard a scuffle, no one actually saw anything. At best, they had the names written on the tags inside the man's clothes, but even that led nowhere. They had a body on their hands that they couldn't identify, and on top of that, nothing indicating who might have killed the man, or why. 10 years later, in April 2006, DNA tests were conducted with the material found under the deceased nails, and billboards were also erected in the area where the body was found. But to date, nothing has come of it. The DNA revealed nothing, and perhaps unsurprisingly, a decade later, there were still no new witnesses either. Another 11 years after that, in June 2017, the police announced some new information, claiming there was a strong chance the victim was from Chiba Prefecture, and they were working with the Chiba police to continue their investigations. 21 years after the murder was first discovered, the police considered this to be their last chance at apprehending the suspect. They also announced that the Tonari and Yamamoto, discovered written on the tag inside the man's pants, had a connection to a cleaning store in Chiba, with one particular store claiming that they had written the words. There have been several theories as to just what these words have meant over the years. Yamamoto is most commonly thought to be the man's last name. It's a common last name throughout Japan, but Tonari remains a mystery. One theory suggests that the cleaning store wrote this to indicate that it belonged to the customer Yamamoto from next door. Tonari meaning beside or next to in Japanese. If this were true, did that mean that the deceased at one point lived next to the cleaning store? Because if that were the case, surely the police would have discovered his identity by now. Another theory suggests Tonari may actually be his first name, which can be spelt using various kanji, but it's a far less common name. Or perhaps Tonari was the owner of the pants before Yamamoto, and both took them to the same cleaning store in the past. Perhaps Yamamoto wasn't the suspect's name, but the person who brought the pants to the store in his stead. There are seemingly endless possibilities that the police still haven't narrowed down to this day. 24 years have passed since the crime first took place, but other than the discovery of the cleaning store in Chiba, police are still no closer to discovering who the man in the futon bag is, why he was killed, who killed him, or the meaning behind the mysterious words written in the tag inside his pants. Was the man's name Yamamoto? What did Tonari mean? Why, if he was from Chiba, was his body dumped in Tochigi Prefecture? What do you guys think about this one? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.